Nearly 2,400 veterans from across the South Plains have a final resting place laid out for them thanks to the state of Texas. Lubbock civic leaders and veterans advocates celebrated the leadership of a group of generals last night who pushed for the new West Texas Veterans Cemetery. The late general, Bernie Mittermeier, assembled a group of like-minded leaders to push for an honorary burial ground for our region's veterans. They include Generals Edgar Murphy, Gary Herber, Walter Huffman, and Annette Sobel. While the idea started there, General Sobel told us last night its completion shows how Lubbock cares for its warfighters.
Honors the families who survive the service that was committed to by these people. And these people spent their lives, in many cases, in situations that they were very complex. They had no control over the outcome, and many of them gave their lives for that. And as a result of that, our country owes them a great debt.
The Veterans Cemetery is slated to open this spring.